Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Kat and this is the place where I talk. I'm going to be filming a stitch with you to stitch and chat today, so I'm actually going to chat with you for a little bit, see how long we go. This is the first time I've done one of these, so might end up making a lot of cross-stitching mistakes. We'll see. So I'm working on my supersized Store Keep Unicorn Valley of the Waterfalls today. I'm stitching this 2 over 2 on 25 count, and I finished this 10 by 10 square all except one colours, so that while I'm getting the hang of it, I don't have to worry about getting the wrong colour, because I have no doubt that I will. I'm also sitting a little bit further back than I normally do. I do normally crouch over my work, so my head's normally a lot closer to the fabric, which is very bad for my posture. So this is probably better for my posture, but it does mean that I don't make a single line in the cross stitch about 10 times in a row, as I just did there. Let's see if I can get a bit more tension. The biggest problem with this piece for me is the tension, especially in the middle section, is really bad now. It wasn't on the first page, but it is now, so I keep having to tighten it up, see if I can get a bit of a better look-see. This light's really warm as well, so I might have to take a break and get a drink at some point. I hope everyone is doing well. So the main thing I wanted to talk about today, other than how bad this stitch with me is going to go, is Maynia. So obviously I participated in Maynia for the first time this May, a couple of weeks back. And today is Maynia, today's Maynia. Today is May the 30th. It's a Sunday. So I participated in Maynia for the first time this year, and I chose to start or to work on a different project every day for the first 23 days. It was going to be the first 21 days, but I had a couple pieces that I realised at the last minute I would like to squeeze in there. And for those of you who maybe didn't watch my Maynia vlog videos, it's a lot harder to work on 25 count when you're far away. I have a piece of paper here detailing what I started. I started 17 new starts in total. I started 9 smalls, 4 mediums and 3 larges, and I'd already started 1 large for my birthday, so that's why the math doesn't quite add up, which was in April. So I also have 2 extra large projects on the go. That's this one and Sisters by Amy Brown, which I'm doing 2 over 1/10 on 32 count. So we've got a lot of different projects, different sizes, lots and lots of different designers. I think I had 4 dimensions projects, 2 Heaven and Earth designs, a couple of freebies from Cross Stitch magazine, a Doreen Jones card, a Sweetheart Tree sampler, just lots of different designers, which was really good. A Mirabilia as well, and a Permin design. So I wanted to kind of get a feel for different designers, different techniques, different fabrics, and I really feel like I achieved that with Maynia. One of the things I really liked about it was that I actually arranged all of my projects in advance. So let me just check we're still filming before I before I go on this rant? Yes, we are. Good. So I prepared all of my projects in advance. You know, the fabric, serged the edges of the fabric. Well, I didn't serge, I don't have a serger. I zigzagged the edges of the fabric. I sorted the threads if it was a kit. I bought the threads if it was a chart. And chose the fabric. And made sure that I printed off the pattern, or I made a working copy if I needed one. What's going on here? And I really liked having sort of all of my projects kitted up, ready to go. Because even when you buy a kit, it doesn't necessarily mean that the project is ready to go. In fact, it often doesn't. You often need to bind the edges or sort the flosses or check the beads are all there. So it was really, really nice having all of that done in advance. And it was also nice having such a wide range of projects, you know, having small ones and having a little Mill Hill kit in there to take the pressure away from all of my big projects, because left to my own devices, I do buy a lot of big cross-stitching pieces. I tend to be drawn to your Dimensions Gold and your Hades and things like that. So it was really nice to get a different pace with some of them. And as you saw on the calendar, I have actually finished a few of my smaller ones already. So that's been really nice. Another thing that I really liked about Maynia was that I actually felt like I deserved the new starts. So I chose in March, chose all of my projects, so that was also fun. So I got all of my stash out of the boxes, the various boxes and hidey holes that it's in, and I went through it all, and I chose the projects that I wanted to start. You know, I ranked them, and there were projects that I wanted to start, but I wanted to change the fabric. I didn't have it, so I ordered it and it didn't come in time, or it just gave me a really nice overview of my stash. It was a tiny bit stressful as well, because choosing your favourites is really hard. I love all of my stash, that's why I bought it or asked for it as presents. So there are no pieces in there that I think, oh, I don't want to work on that, you know? I want to work on all of them. And it was a very tangible reminder that if I want to work on all of them, I have to start stitching while I'm still alive. Because if I wait until I'm retired to start stitching, given the rate at which my stash is growing and the rate at which designers are putting out beautiful new pieces that I have to buy, and the rate at which I watch FlossTube videos of people's stashes, beautiful works that they're doing, and progress pictures and Instagram and finishes, it's not actually going to be possible to stitch everything that I want to stitch if I wait until I'm retired to start. And I certainly can't wait. And you know, you don't even know if you're going to, a bit morbid, but you don't even know if you're going to make it to retirement, let's be honest. Because some of us do die younger than 60 or 65, or whatever the retirement age will be when I get to reach it. In my luck, they'll change it the year before. So, obviously, I'm stitching now. Now, that isn't to say you can't start stitching when you're 60 or 65 or 105. Obviously, you can. And depending on how diligent you are, you'll probably beat my small efforts in my lifetime. But I know myself, and I know that I can't put in hours and hours of work on a project in a day, because I get, motorcycle going past, or something, because I get bored and I go on to different projects, and I just don't have the diligence. But I think if I can get some decent, time in now, this year, 2021, and then it doesn't matter if I have like a stitchy break for a couple of months or a year when I'm 30 or 35 or 40. Anyway, I hope you understand what I mean. I'm not trying to insult anyone, I'm just saying that I've bought too much cross stitch. And if I actually want to stitch it, especially these heights, I need to get started sometime soon. I need to stop being lazy. And also clean the bathroom. Looking, like lying on the floor surrounded by cross-stitch kits was a pretty awesome part of May, and that happened in March. And then I got to look forward to it for the whole of April, which was just really fun, you know, thinking like, oh, soon it'll be Maynia and I'll get to start this and I'll get to start that. And there was a lot of expectation, which was really nice. And I definitely was looking forward to the holiday. Looking forward to it as if it was a holiday, an abroad holiday. Looking forward to seeing what everybody else was working on and seeing their progress pictures on Insta and cheering them on from the sidelines. And seeing all of the Monogamous May progresses as well, that was pretty awesome. So yeah, the anticipation of it as well was really cool. And so I did enjoy it overall, I think it was a really good experience, but I probably wouldn't start that many projects in that many days again, or work on that many different projects on that many days. Now, I didn't feel stressed having so many projects active, which is what a lot of people said I would. So I only have, or had, 22. That was the maximum number of projects I had, and now I have 19. I think counting them, being able to count them on my fingers and toes is pretty cool. And as I said, a lot of them were small, so I categorized small as finishable in under a week. Medium is finishable in under a month. Large is finishable in 6 months. And extra large will take like multiple years of daily effort. Like this is an extra large, obviously. So that's just how I categorize it. And what was I going to say? A lot of them are small, so they're not very intimidating, I think I was going to say. So I definitely don't feel stressed having all of them ready to go or anything like that. But I will say I didn't enjoy only getting 1 day's progress on each project. So especially the new starts, the larger new starts, I felt like I barely got anywhere on them before I had to put them away, and I didn't really like that at all. I think I'm definitely the kind of stitcher where I need to have a couple days progress on a project before I feel comfortable putting it away again. I mean, some of them I felt like I was putting them away and only, you know, there was only 2 hours of progress left to finish them, which is never very motivating. So I don't think I would participate in Maynia again, but I did like quite a lot of the things about it. So what I think I'm going to do is create a sort of bank in my bullet journal. Actually, I've got these little plastic tubs from IKEA I'm going to use. And I'm going to use DMC or floss labels as the currency. And then every time I finish a piece, I'm going to give myself a number of coins into my bank account. When I want to start them, I have to provide the coins, if that makes sense. So, for example, I've actually started already, and I have started by finishing 2 smalls, so I've earned 2 coins. Had I finished a medium, I would have earned 3, a large gives you 5, and an extra large, like a Haid, gives you 7 coins in your account. And then you can spend these coins to buy a new start. So for me, actually just going to do this one. I think this will work really well because I feel like a lot of the time I earn a new start or I put things down. For example, in March I said if I finished the Dimensions lighthouse, then I could start Winter's Lace, which is another Dimensions, a large gold collection of some wolves in the wintertime among the trees. And you know what? I finished it. March. I finished the piece in March, and won. I earned all of the things that I'd said if I do this, I can start something new. And then I didn't start it. I felt like I still didn't deserve it. And since I was starting a new one for my birthday in April anyway, I said, well, that can just be the same reward. So I actually started African Lions. But theoretically or realistically, or I had told myself, however you want to put it, that if I finished the lighthouse in March, Beacon at Daybreak, then I could start Winter's Wolves. Wintertime Wolves, I don't even own that one. Winter's Lace, and I just didn't, because I didn't feel worthy. And so Maynia gave me an excuse to start all of these projects that I've been saving on to for so long, or holding on to, sorry, for so long. And I think the bank will do the same thing, because I can see with my eyes, oh, I've earned this new start. Because I think I have a problem that's the opposite of many stitches with multiple projects. I don't mind having multiple projects. I really enjoy finishing them. I really do. But I can't ever seem to start them. So, yeah. However, I am right now trying to earn enough DMC tokens to join in with my own SAL, or our SAL, created a SAL with Linda over at Linda's 144 Hobbies. Go check it out, link in the description, probably. So she and I both want to start Amazing Animal Kingdom, the supersized max colour, which is another Heaven and Earth design. And this one's by Amy Stewart, in August. So before August I have to earn 7 DMC tokens. 7! So yeah, I'm going at it to try and finish off all the smalls before then. And it's kind of a funny challenge to set yourself. I am enjoying it. And also, of course, so many words. Of course, anyone who is also already stitching on the Amazing Animal Kingdom or wants to start it and needs an excuse, please do feel free to join us. We'll be using the hashtag the ambitious Amazing Animal Kingdom adventure, I think. I'll double check with Linda. Because I like alliteration. So the number of A's in that title made me happy. And obviously it's going to take a while, so it costs a lot of tokens. It's going to take a lot more than a year to finish that one, because it is a supersized max colours, which just means supersized means it's 999 stitches either across or wide, depending on which, the orientation of the picture. This isn't, because this is a story keep, so this is slightly smaller. But yes, I will do a video on picking your first HAID, because I think the HAID terminology is a bit confusing. And I think it could do with some explanation for newbie stitchers. But I'll go into that another time. So I'm only supposed to be talking about Heaven and Earth. Nope. Maynia, jeez. So what I think I'm going to do, other than the banking system, to still get the feeling of a holiday, of a stitching related holiday, is I think in April next year, because it's my birthday month, I will prepare a bunch of smalls, you know, magazine freebies or just cards from magazines, things that can be finished in 2 or 3 days. I will prepare a bunch of them, prepare the fabric for them, and the threads and everything, and make sure everything's ready to go. And then I will pick up one and stitch on it until it's finished, and then pick up one and stitch on it until it's finished. And that way I still get to start a lot of new projects, and I get to have lots of smalls, because I think, like I said, I am naturally drawn to bigger projects, but I really enjoyed working on the smalls. It was really fun to see. Sorry, I'm having a bit of an asthma attack here. I don't know if you can tell, I started panting. It was really fun to see so much progress in so small a space of time. I think it only took me 2 days, for example, to finish the hearty, the cup of tea with the love heart tag. So I really was impressed by myself, and it was a lot of fun to stitch on something so small and something so fun, compared to these huge projects where you spend days working on the background or threading your needle, apparently. So yeah, so I would like to continue doing smalls in between my larger projects. And also for my birthday, just starting an absolute bunch of them, but also finishing them. I think that'd be a really fun challenge. Oh, I forgot to say, so the bank also pays out for fully finishing, because I don't fully finish. I just don't. I struggle so hard to fully finish anything. So it's slightly different. So you get 1 for fully finishing a small, 2 for fully finishing a medium, 3 for fully finishing a large, and 4 for fully finishing a extra large. And then I was thinking, because this gives me a lot of control, so if I start finding that I've got a lot of money in the bank and not enough whips, I can have a half price sale where everything is half price. So then I could get start a medium for 2 and an extra large for 3. It'd be pretty cool. Or if I find that I've got too many whips and not enough coins, not enough finishes happening, then I can start to do start to up the price, you know, a bit of inflation. So now fully finishing only gives you 1, unless it's a large when it gives you 2. Or finishes, you know, they only offer you 1 coin less until we get the number back to a reasonable number. It's just a way of policing myself that's fun, pretty much. So that was sort of my retrospective on Maynia and what I thought about it and if I enjoyed it. Don't know if anyone really cares, but I don't know if you guys took part in Maynia. I know that some of you did. I'm sure that some of you did. How many new starts did you do, and did you include your whips? I had a lot of fun planning it as well. I did find in the middle I lost my stitchy bug a bit because I think I was putting away these projects mid-finish almost. Like I knew I just had a couple more days and they would be finished, but I had to put them away, and it was very demotivating almost. But like I said, I did discover a couple of new favourites. So Doreen Jones, I've always sort of admired her cross-stitch patterns. I think they're quite whimsical and fun. But actually working on the cup of tea pattern was so much fun to stitch, and you saw the progress coming through so quickly. And I think I might be, you know, she might be one of my new favourites. And what else? Mill Hill, the Mill Hill kit was a surprise, I'll tell you that for sure. And also Alyssa. Alyssa is, I think, Russian or Ukrainian designer. And I have only tried her small patterns, or their small patterns. Because it's called Alyssa, you think of it as being a person called Alyssa. It is obviously a company called Alyssa. I know they do quite big patterns. as well, and kits. But I was really surprised by the quality of the Alyssa kit. I'm going the wrong way, but never mind. So yes, I did find some new favourites. I don't regret doing Maynia, certainly. I might be at a bit of a loss to finish all my Maynia projects before next year, we'll see. I don't think I'll finish all of them, considering, you know, I included my whips, and that includes this bad boy. So we are on the second row now of 8, one of which is partial. So, I mean, this is going to take me a long time. I did originally plan to finish this one before I turned 30. That's not going to happen. To be fair, I did get sick, so I used to stitch on this around 300 stitches a day. I have to go find my inhaler in a minute. I used to stitch on this 323 stitches a day, which was the number I'd calculated at the time, to get me safely through to my birthday, 30th birthday, with a finish in March. Because of course my birthday is in April. But then I got very sick, as I've said before, in September and October of last year. Very sick. Couldn't get out of bed sick. They have no idea why. But I did. So that really kind of put me off. Well, it didn't put me off stitching. But I couldn't stitch because I couldn't, you know, get out of bed. And when I did, I wanted to work on something that I could work on. When I did stitch, I wanted to work on something that I could work on from bed, because I was having a lot of trouble with vertigo and dizziness, but I was also bored out of my mind. You have no idea how boring it is when you can't even like sit up or anything. If you haven't been that sick, if you've had the flu, it's very similar to the flu. You're tired all the time, and you can't. When I had the flu, I couldn't even watch TV. Like, it was too much effort. It was too much sensation. I would throw up. I haven't had the flu for a long time. Cross fingers, touch wood. That I don't have it again, because I hated having the flu and got yelled at by my doctor for not going to the hospital with my flu, because normal people are not supposed to go to the hospital when they have the flu, and there's, you know, every year the government's like, in the UK at least, stay home if you have the flu, treat it at home with home remedies. But if you already have lungs that don't bother breathing, like I do, it's really dangerous, because especially when it lasts over a week, which mine lasted. The actual fever and flu symptoms lasted a week. And then I had another week after that where I was too tired to get out of bed. I tried to go to work. This was why the doctor yelled at me. I tried to go to work a couple days, I would say like one day, maybe 2 days after my fever subsided, because I was like, all right, I feel better. I'm no longer hot and tired all the time, and I can eat without throwing up. So, I mean, I must be good enough to go to work. I got halfway to the tube. I didn't even get on the tube. I didn't even get downstairs. I got to the tube stop. In fact, I don't think I even left my apartment complex. I left my apartment building. I went down the stairs and got to the bottom, left the building, was outside, started walking towards a tube station, still within like the gated bit. And then I was like, no. I almost fell down. I was so dizzy and so tired. I couldn't get a full lung of air. So I just called them and I said, look, I don't think I can come into work. And they were like, why are you out of bed? Go back to bed. They were lovely. Lovely managers. But yes, so those are the only 2 times I've been like properly sick for a short period of time. That's, like, because I'm used to getting migraines, which is also properly sick. If you've ever had migraines, you'll know that it's not something that we mess around with. Ever, because they suck. And whoa, why am I parking that there? What's going on here? 1, 2, boop. But that was the first time I felt like my body had betrayed me, when I got that flu. Oh, flu is not nice. Not much else to talk about. I'm just going to check how long we've been filming. Judging from the fact that I've done around 80 stitches, I would say roughly, I don't know, 40 minutes, which is, I've definitely given you all of my thoughts on Maynia, that I can think of anyway. I probably had more thoughts at the time, but you know, it's like with everything, when you're not actively experiencing it, then it sort of falls to the wayside. I do think this is better for my back, though I cross my legs. I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but I cross my legs, so it's probably not that much better for my back. I know, I should take better care of myself, but it's so much more comfortable to cross your legs. I don't know why. It just is. It just is, my friends. So I'm gonna go and check up on my partner and see if they want any food for lunch, because I think they have probably worked out that I'm filming and are hiding so that they don't disturb the audio. It's very nice of them, but unnecessary. I don't want them to starve just because I was filming. And so I will leave you to it. I hope you have a pleasant day and that you have enjoyed stitching all of these different shades of oranges with me. I would love to do one of these again, so if you enjoyed it, please do like the video so I know to do one again. So I know to scream me into the void. And yeah, I'm gonna go. Goodbye, thank you for watching and have an absolutely amazing week.